Hi, I'm Patty with Harris County Precinct 4 Encore. We're on another Encore Excursion here at the most iconic Houston restaurant, Cleburne Cafeteria.
Hello, I'm George McKellis, and I am the owner of Cleburne Cafeteria. Well, many of you may or may not know, Cleburne Cafeteria was established in 1941 on Cleburne Street in downtown Houston, and Cleburne's located between Main and Fannin. And we took the name of the street, like a lot of businesses did back in the 30s and 40s, the Main Street Diner, the Main Street Theater, the Cleburne Cafeteria. A lot of businesses used to do that so people could easily find you. Cleburne is going to be celebrating 80 continuous years in business next year. We were originally founded by Annabelle Collins and Martha Cavanaugh in 1941. In roughly 1951, 1952, after my parents immigrated from Patmos, Greece, which is a tiny little island out in the Aegean Ocean, my mother located the Cleburne in the newspaper for sale and told my father that was working at a barbecue restaurant, "You have to buy this cafeteria. It's the best cafeteria in the city." And so they negotiated a purchase with Annabelle Collins and Martha Cavanaugh and carried on those family recipes that they had, as well as some that they added in their repertoire to continue to bring you the Cleburne Cafeteria as it was known in 1941, with the famous chicken and dumplings, turkey and dressing, meatloaf, baked squash, and lemon tarts, all the things that everybody loves about Cleburne. Something very nice about the Cleburne Cafeteria is as the world is changing around us, and we see changes every single day in technology, some things stay the same, and here at Cleburne, that is very true. We are tried and true to the original recipes from 1941, as well as the ones that my mom and dad added to the repertoire. We still do everything from scratch. We break the eggs, we pour the oil, we squeeze the lemons, we grate the cheese. We do everything the old-fashioned way. We even still make our own mayonnaise in-house, which is just unheard of. Who makes their own mayonnaise? Well, here at Cleburne we do, and it's the basis for our tartar sauce, which is delicious on all our fish, as well as all our salad dressings. We still go to the farmer's market every day. And restaurants today are always saying, well, we buy local and we support the local farm. Well, I have news for you. Cleburne's been doing that since 1941. We never really bragged about it because that's just the way we did business. So now we're starting to toot our horn and let folks know that we do buy local. We buy organic whenever possible. We make everything from scratch. We use free-range, cage-free eggs, which we always have. Meat and chicken and fish that's always fresh, never frozen. Nothing injected with any hormones or additives. We want things the way God created it. God didn't make imitation cream, so we don't use it. He didn't make imitation crabs, so we don't bake it. Everything we use is fresh, just as nature and God created it. And we're really proud of the fact that as the world changes around us, here at Cleburne, our recipes stay the same. So you can still get chicken and dumplings on Tuesday, turkey and dressing every day because it's Thanksgiving every day here at the Cleburne. That's our most popular item. We have our famous baked squash and our baked corn casserole, as well as our baked spinach casserole. We have homemade apple and pumpkin pie every day. We have our famous lemon tarts, and we have an assortment of cakes from chocolate to strawberry to coconut that are baked every day in-house by cooks that have been with our family for many years. Many of the cooks that started with Cleburne came to our location on Bissonnette here when we moved in 1969. So from 1941 to 1969, we were on Cleburne Street, and in 1969, we moved to the current location here on Bissonnette. Many of our cooks followed us here, and many of the people that trained with the original cooks are still with us in the kitchen baking and cooking today. We do traditional Southern home style cooking, what I like to call comfort food. We cook in large stock pots, we cook in small batches, and we cook it fresh every so many minutes. So when you come in, you get a fresh batch of what was just cooked. Like with any successful story, including the story of the Cleburne Cafeteria, we've had our share of hardships. And over the last 30 plus years, we've had two devastating fires, one in 1990 and one in 2016. My father, who was an artist, painted all the paintings in the cafeteria. And unfortunately, on this last fire, we lost most of his artwork. We were able to save a few paintings, and we proudly display them in the museum here at the Cleburne, which is part of our history. And we really try to celebrate that because my father, even though he was a cook and a chef in the kitchen, he was an artist at heart and wanted to share paintings of his memories of his time on the island of Patmos in Greece. When we rebuilt the Cleburne after our last devastating fire, we wanted to make a few changes to accommodate our customers. One of the first things you'll notice when you come into the new Cleburne is a large waiting reception area, which is great for large groups that like to gather together before they go through the line at the Cleburne. In addition to that, we also have a private dining room to accommodate those very guests that seats up to 40 to 50 people, which is really nice when you bring in a large group and you want to sit together. We also offer a grill now where we can grill salmon, steaks, and crab cakes to order, which is something we used to do at the old Cleburne on Cleburne Street, and we brought back this time around. We also have patio al fresco dining for those beautiful days here in Houston, where if you want to dine outside, you can. So we've done that. We've also increased the speed of our line by having 2 registers instead of 1. And we also have a separate takeout area. So especially now during COVID, if you want to get your food to go, you want it curbside, you want to order online, we are happy to accommodate you any way you would like to eat during these difficult times. And we're happy that you're here at Cleburne dining with us. Okay, well here we are in the entry to the Cleburne that I mentioned earlier that can accommodate quite a few people when they come in. And we were very honored last year to receive the rating of #1 cafeteria in America from Food and Wine magazine. They traveled the country, they listed all the cafeterias, and Cleburne came out #1 in America from coast to coast. So even though cafeterias are dinosaurs and they're a dying breed, there's a few of us left, and we were very honored to receive the #1 cafeteria in America and be recognized for that. It was a huge honor. As you can see here in the museum, we have a few paintings that were rescued from the fire. Something about my father that you may not know: he was a self-taught artist, and as I mentioned, he was born on the small island of Patmos, Greece. It's actually where St. John wrote the book of Revelations. It's a beautiful island, and as a young man, he would take the tails of the donkeys and cut the hair off and make his own brushes and mix berries and egg wash and make his own paint and would paint on the walls. And when he came to America, he was able to paint his paintings on canvas. And we're very proud to display them, as well as a timeline of our family business from 1941. And as I mentioned, in next year we'll be celebrating 80 years of business in Houston. Well, as I mentioned earlier, it's Thanksgiving every day here at the Cleburne, and especially in October, November, and December, Thanksgiving and Christmas are huge holiday food item days, if you will. And what do I mean by that? Turkey and dressing takes center stage, pumpkin pie, baked squash, gravy, all the trimmings and sides are available to go here at the Cleburne Cafeteria during these months. Unlike the summer months when it's 110 degrees outside, who wants a big bowl of chicken and dumplings or turkey and dressing? But when it gets a little chilly here in Houston, everybody's mind changes and says, oh my goodness, I've got to have some dressing, I have to have some gravy, I want baked squash or macaroni and cheese or baked corn, I want a pumpkin pie, I want an apple pie, old-fashioned mincemeat. Not many mincemeat lovers, but we still serve our family mincemeat pie. Cleburne literally prepares several thousand pies during the months of November and December. Turkey is prepared by the ton. Last year we served more than 3 tons of turkey. I think a ton is 2,000 pounds, so it's a lot of turkey. Well over 700 birds. We do them in breast, small and large turkeys. This year we'll be taking pre-orders of turkey and ham by the pound, dressing by the quart or pan, squash, baked candied yams, green bean casserole, all your favorites, mashed potatoes, gravy, all in individual servings or in bulk. Well, I'm very blessed to have 4 children that seem to be taking an interest in the cafeteria business, and I figure at least 1 out of 4 is going to want to carry on the family's cafeteria tradition. At least I sure hope so. My daughter Athena works here every day. You will see her on the takeout and on the cash register when you come through the line, much like my mother used to run the register here. My mom is 95 years old, and she still comes to the cafeteria almost every day around 3 or 4 o'clock when it's a little quieter, and keeps me in line and lets me know what I'm doing right or wrong. So it's good to have Mom still coming in. My son Nico is also interested in the cafeteria business. He is more of a back of the house person, and he does a lot of the errand running, like going to the farmer's market and going to Restaurant Depot and picking up stuff like we used to in the old days that we need to run the operation. My son Anthony and Matthew are both in school, and they do work part-time. Anthony loves to work on the grill. He's more of a front of the house person, and Matthew, like Nico, likes the back of the house. For some reason, likes to wash dishes. I think it's because no one will bother him over there and he can just blend in. So I'm very excited that hopefully 1 or more of the kids will carry on the Cleburne Cafeteria family tradition.
Well, we hope to see you soon here at Cleburne Cafeteria, which is open daily from 11 a.m. to 8:30. Thank you for joining us for another Encore Excursion.